What better way to wind down after a long, stressful day than to kick off your shoes, crack open a cold Sprite, and turn on your favorite game before hopping into its online mode and completely losing your mind. But in a therapeutic way. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name's Argonaut, and thanks so much for tuning in. In this one, it's pretty much as the title stated. On this channel, I'll typically talk about and review a whole bunch of games, but chances are that about 9.5 times out of 10, they'll always be single player. In this video, I talk about why. Okay, it's not like I personally hate online games or anything. If anything, I think they're a bit too much fun, and that therein lies the problem. When I was younger, during my old high school days, back when online games were first introduced for console players, yes, I'm old, I know, now shut up about it. I would spend a crap ton of time before school playing Resistance 2 online, all in an effort to get a trophy for the game called Killing Machine, where you needed to get 10,000 kills in multiplayer mode. I did this day in and day out for every waking moment until I eventually got the trophy. Now, this isn't that bad because, you know, you're a kid. There's not too much else that you need to be doing at the time. As long as you do your homework and study for a little bit, and go to school, then it's no problem. But the problem for me came when I got older. When I was in my early 20s, Final Fantasy Realm Reborn came out for PS3, and it was my first true experience with an MMO. At first, it seemed like a lot of fun. Join the game, pick whatever class you like, travel throughout Eorzea, and complete little tasks and get further into it. Sounds simple, right? But before I knew it, I got fully absorbed into it. I was spending every waking minute playing the game. To live that type of fulfilling fantasy life over a boring, monotonous regular one? I mean, I was still showing up to college and going to work at my part-time job, but that was about it. Because the game's day and night cycle didn't reflect the real one, I would easily be up all day and night, playing, just never truly knowing if it was 10 AM or 3 AM. I was also forgetting to eat at points. Just thank God there was a clock included on the top right of the HUD, or else I probably would have completely missed school and work too. Let alone hanging out with my friends or keeping up with any type of real-life social engagements anymore. The only thing that stopped me was one of my friends, who's now my girlfriend, dragging me out of the house after about 2 months of that. It was around then that I realized that MMOs were personally dangerous for me. I was easily susceptible to being addicted to them, and that's when I swore I'd at least stay away from MMOs from that point forward. Fast forward to 2016, I'm now a full-fledged adult out of college, and then I'm introduced to Blizzard's new game, Overwatch. At first, I played Overwatch with friends super casually for fun. I got the game about 5 months after they all did, so I was just the new guy holding them back. Over time, I started playing more and more often, even playing by myself without my friends. Next thing I knew, Overwatch became my new version of alcohol. Whenever I got depressed about something, I'd sink way more hours into it than usual. Whenever I had free time after work or something, there I was, right on Overwatch. Because I was always playing, I'd always end up late to social situations by about an hour or so. Or sometimes stay up till about 4 when I had work early the next morning. Finally, at least in about 2020, I noticed that I was starting to develop a problem with Overwatch, not quite as bad as Realm Reborn, but still pretty bad. I started trying to put it down and become constructive with my spare time. Start a social media account, and make videos, which I've always wanted to try. But then, I kinda had a nasty breakup with my girlfriend at that time, and I mean, like, really bad. And sure enough, just like an alcoholic relapse, that sent me right back to the bottle. And I stopped every constructive thing I was doing and went right back to Overwatch on my spare time. Then, in 2023, I realized my own issue and started doing something about it. I started working out and eating better, since when you're playing games in your free time all the time, you don't exactly leave yourself time to cook, and that Uber Eats app is pretty convenient. But Anyway, started hitting the gym and actually balancing both Overwatch and the gym, along with real life. Burnt off 50 pounds and somehow managed to get a girlfriend. And by this time, between a girlfriend, job, and gym, playing Overwatch minimized itself in my life. I was only playing it about 1 day a week. And then finally, at the end of 2024, when Marvel Rivals came out, I 100% realized I couldn't really play it, or I risked getting addicted again. I mean, I already had about a literal 5,000 hours in Overwatch. I couldn't let myself go through that again. Also, I told myself I'd wanted to start a YouTube channel for a while, and I kept playing Overwatch on my free days and then telling myself I'd get to it tomorrow because I'd burned through all my free time. But anyways, that's why I don't play online games anymore. I'm definitely not calling them bad or saying steer clear of them, but if you're anything like me, and I'm sure that there are people out there like how I used to be, the main lesson is a little moderation goes a long way, and don't let it take over all of your free time. You will thank yourself in the long run. The dopamine feels nice in the moment, but then you kind of realize later that you really accomplished nothing and it leaves you feeling kind of empty. But if you have any stories of your own about issues that you used to have with gaming, I'd really like to hear about them in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this video, then feel free to click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it.